Hi everybody, welcome to a very cold and very wet hometown. Good golly, it had been a long time since I had lived somewhere where it rained for a week or more. We are totally not used to it and unprepared. In Calitzdorp it would come down hard for a couple of hours and we had a few flash floods as a result. But this is the first time in years where we wake up and it's pitch dark and raining, and where we go to sleep and it is still raining. And then to have these conditions for a week, we don't have heating in the house. We don't even have a tumble dryer. So we shall have to adapt and fast. My daughter and I were actually laughing yesterday because we moved only 55 kilometers, but it feels like we moved to another country. Anyway, guys, let's open the curtains and see what is going on in the royal households. Whether there is actually anything to talk about out of Montecito, our usual chat. So let's see where it leads us. I received a few DMs, etc., with regards to the video in which I mentioned the situation with Andrew and the Royal Lodge. Now, look, I know people have different opinions, but I'm Andrew's age, and when we moved at the beginning of March, it was highly traumatic, and I'm taking much longer to settle in. And I'm telling you, if I ever move again, it will be to a care facility with only one suitcase. Until that becomes necessary, I'm staying where I am. So I understand how Andrew feels. At 60 plus, we want to settle in and do our thing unbothered. I honestly think that instead of making a song or dance about it, it would be best for the king to perhaps just reach out to his brother and help him if necessary. Charles has so much money in savings, investments, and many other income streams that he will never, ever outlive his money. His money will indeed outlive him. So why would he want to spend precious time fighting with his brother? It really is not worth it. Spend a few pounds and help your brother and let him be. He will only be around another 10, 20 years, and then the next king can, in conjunction with the Crown Estate, decide what to do with the property. A big, well-known YouTube creator made a mistake when talking about Royal Lodge. It is indeed part of and belongs to the Crown Estate. It does not belong to the royal family or the king, just like Windsor Castle does not belong to the royal family or the king. It is part and parcel of the Crown Estate, but unlike other Crown properties, it is actually run by the royal household. Now, the same applies to Royal Lodge. It belongs to the Crown Estate, but because it is occupied by a royal, they are expected to run it and maintain it. So, guys, that is the truth and my opinion. Okay, moving on. On my website, bookwormonthecase.co.za, there is an 11-minute video titled, "Does Prince Charles have other children besides Prince William and Harry?" And when you have time, hop on over and go watch it. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Look, we all know Prince Charles had many girlfriends and lovers before he married Diana, and likely one or two, excluding Camilla, while he was married to Diana. He had one or two, who knows, maybe even 3 or 4 after Diana and before he married Camilla. So it would be surprising, I think, if not one single woman tried to snare herself a prince. I mean, look at Albert of Monaco. He has 5 children, only 2 of whom are legitimate and with his wife. Anyway, I respect him for taking care of his children, whether they are legitimate or not. That is a mark of a real man, one who takes responsibility for his deeds. The British royal family has, however, for hundreds of years, covered up all these so-called scandals, which, in my opinion, are not scandals, likely only human nature. But it becomes a scandal because it is covered up, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Well, in my not-so-humble opinion, King Charles likely has one or two or three children out there which we do not know about. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen the articles from about a week ago about an American woman who had launched legal action in the United States federal court to prove her paternity. Her name is Colleen Wensley Garcia, or also known as Grace Victoria Mountbatten, and she is demanding the release of FBI and CIA documents proving that Prince Phillip is her father. Colleen Wensley Garcia filed her action on May the 7th, so just less than a month ago. She filed in the United States District Court, Northern District of California. Strangely enough, she also mentions Simon Durante Day in her court filings. In her filings, she alleges that she had been the subject of threats, harassment, and surveillance due to her paternity claims. In her document, she stated that Simon Durante Day had suffered similar incidents due to his claims that King Charles is his biological father and Camilla his mother. She also alleges that the FBI, CIA, and likely or possibly the United States Department of Defense are in possession of documents, including her birth certificate, that proves who her biological father is, and obviously she is demanding that those be released. According to Wensley Garcia, her backstory is that a Russian-Ukrainian girl came into Germany in 1952 and was either already pregnant or fell pregnant soon after. She gave birth to a baby girl. The adoptive parents, whom she believes the husband was a soldier in the United States Army doing a stint in Europe, and his wife, an administrative staff for the Royal Army in Germany, took the mother and child back to San Francisco, where they arranged to adopt the baby. Simon Durante Day is indeed not very pleased to be named in Colleen's lawsuit. He does not think Colleen has enough to support her claim, and he questions the fact that she waited so long to start her investigation and the procedure to obtain her birth certificate. Like Simon, I am, however, curious to see how Buckingham Palace is going to handle this claim. Garcia had paperwork served on Prince Philip's estate as well, so King Charles will get a copy, or at the very least his lawyers will be aware of it. So yes, I'm also curious to see how, or even if, the palace will respond. So there you have it, folks. Yet another possible, well, sort of, royal child. Do I believe this woman? Well, she believes herself, so who am I to argue? I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know this woman, so we'll keep watching and see what happens. But, I mean, seeing that she's in California, why doesn't she ask Harry to give a DNA sample to at least determine whether there are familial links? Anyway, as expected, my video, particularly the part 3 of the Harkles Children, did get some reaction, but for now, I want to share with you what I have found. We so often hear of a Diana Mary Mountbatten-Windsor, and so many people are alleging that those are Lilibet's real names. Well, my dears, I'm still waiting for someone to send me proof of Diana Mary Mountbatten-Windsor's existence, particularly one born on the same day as Lily Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, because I've now spent a few dollars and cannot find any record in the United States of a Diana Mary Mountbatten-Windsor born in 2021. However, if you run a search on Mary Mountbatten, you will find many, many of them, right from the United States all the way through to the United Kingdom to Turkey and many other places, and in many combinations of other names. There is, for instance, an Elizabeth A. Mary Mountbatten, Mary Elizabeth Mountbatten, Alexandra Mountbatten, etc., etc. I mean, search and you shall find. Remember, Lady Louise is also a Mountbatten-Windsor, and I think her full names are Louise Alice Mary Mountbatten-Windsor. So guys, help me out here. If you find records for a Diana Mary Mountbatten-Windsor or a Mary Diana Mountbatten-Windsor born in 2021, then please send me the link, because I am drowning in Mary Mountbattens and all other kinds of Mountbattens. It looks like the Mountbattens were indeed very, very fertile. So let's stay on the trail until we find the truth about the two kiddies, the two Harkles kiddies in the line of succession. Okay, guys and girls, so that's it from me for today. I will catch up with you again tomorrow. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.